Welcome, welcome. Thanks so much for joining us today to our Banzai's webinar. Our subject today is bringing financial literacy to life, practical tech and AI tools for educators. We would love for you to let us know where you're joining us from and what subject you teach in the chat. And if you have any questions during today's webinar, feel free to throw them in the chat, and we will have a moderator there to answer your questions, or we can also pose questions to our presenter. Now is a good time to check your audio and just make sure everything is working okay. And if you don't already follow us on social media, please do so there. We've got cool giveaways and contests and different content that we share at Teach Banzai. These are our other social handles as well. So Teach Banzai most places. So excited for today's presenter. We've got Dr. Wally Luckeydoo joining us, and he is an accomplished educator specializing in personal finance and financial literacy. Based in Nashville, Tennessee, Wally is the 2024 Tennessee Jumpstart Educator of the Year and Distinguished Educator recognized by Next Gen Personal Finance. Dr. Luckeydoo holds multiple degrees and certifications from Next Gen Personal Finance, Texas Tech University Center for Financial Responsibility, the Foundation for Economic Education, WISE, and EverFi FinEd. He is certified in leading educational technologies, including Nearpod, Kami, Edpuzzle, Screencastify, and Magic School AI, where he serves as a pioneer. Additionally, he is a Common Sense Education Ambassador. In addition to teaching high school students, Dr. Luckeydoo serves as an adjunct professor and instructs dual credit personal finance courses. His commitment to advancing financial literacy equips students with the skills necessary for lifelong financial success. We are so lucky to have Wally joining us today, Dr. Luckeydoo, to share some of his tips and trips. He's obviously a very, devoted and educated professional, and we are so excited to turn the time over to him. Thank you.
All right, thanks everybody for coming and attending. Taking time out of your busy schedule. I want to personally thank Banzai for giving me this opportunity to present about artificial intelligence. So if you attended my ISTE presentation on NBA AI symposium, so some of these things might be familiar to you, but I'm going to go into more detail about some of those tools. So today we're just going to talk about ways to integrate practical technology tools and artificial intelligence into a personal finance classroom. She gave me a great introduction. I am at Smyrna High School in Rutherford County Schools in a suburb of Nashville, Tennessee. Personal finance teacher, dual enrollment personal finance teacher, and work-based learning coordinator. I also am an adjunct at Cumberland University and at Abilene Christian University, and I teach sports management classes. And as you can see, I'm passionate about financial literacy and educational technology. So today we're just going to explore various technology tools and websites that I use in my own personal finance courses. We're going to talk about practical ways to use artificial intelligence, including understanding AI integration, exploring different tools for instruction, and innovative methods for using technology tools. So as you can see here, we're just going to go through the best practices briefly. We're going to talk about the 80-20 rule. Basically, you're going to use AI for about 20% of the work to save time and spark ideas. But you should always rely on your own knowledge and student interaction for that. And you should also know the limits of artificial intelligence. AI is great at generating different examples and practice questions and things like that. We're also going to talk about protecting privacy, why we should avoid sharing personal financial details with AI platforms, and how we can get students to use these things responsibly.
Hey, Wally, real quick, will you just share your screen? I think it somehow got taken off there.
No problem.
And we've got people joining us from Spokane, Washington, Columbus, Georgia, Roswell, Los Angeles, Charleston. I saw Panama in here, so really great representation. Thanks all for joining us. Perfect. That looks.
We're good. All right, cool. All right, so like I said, we're going to talk about the best practices for using this. You're always going to need to verify the accuracy of what you're using. Let AI assist you, but you're the person in charge of what you're doing. like I said, you always have to figure out what your school district's acceptable use policy is for using artificial intelligence. In my school district, they have an acceptable use policy where we're only allowed to use Microsoft Copilot and Magic School AI. But before we do anything with AI, all the teachers who are going to be using it have to go through a training, and then also we have to have our students actually go through a training as well. That just gives these things a safe, practical support and how we can use this in the classroom. Um, Shouldn't ever share names, addresses, cities, states, phone numbers, emails, grades, ages. And we're going to do an activity. I do this with my students when I first introduce artificial intelligence into the classroom. Basically, whenever I give this presentation, I usually have volunteers, but unfortunately, I can't have you guys do that right now. So I'm going to make a fool of myself and do the quick draw activity for you. And I'm not a very good artist, so I will do the best I can. So you
Oh,
probably,
I know. It's
you're probably,
springboard.
that's okay. Just draw a broom.
I see nail.
And I'll show you why
Or knee.
in like 2
Oh, I
seconds.
know. It's broom.
Pliers. Huh?
I see
You never
stitches.
know what you're going to get
Or
on
finger.
these things. That's not
Or
good.
crayon. Or animal
Obviously, I'm not
migration.
the best artist in the world.
Oh, I know. It's pliers.
A compass. I haven't seen a
I
compass
see
in
circle.
forever.
Or blueberry. Or ring. Oh, I know. It's compass.
And spider.
I see stethoscope. Or flashlight. Oh, I know. It's spider.
I'm not sure how you can draw camouflage, but
I see circle.
try.
Or glasses. Oh, I know.
There's no
It's
hope for me
camouflage.
for camouflage. All right. So you can see I didn't do a great job. That's okay. The reason I share this with students is because of what you can see within Google, this quick draw activity. So if you click on broom, you can see what other people have done in AI with the broom. So imagine this, if I put Wally Luckeydoo in an artificial intelligence tool or my address or a phone number, all these things might appear for some other third party, or it might end up somewhere else. So it's just a fun way to start having that conversation, create informed, responsible AI use throughout your students. Um, there are different teacher tasks that you can use. Obviously, a lot of you guys are already doing these things. You can create lesson plans, rubrics, forms, different resources. Basically, all these things you're going to be doing just because you want to save yourself time. Obviously, helps personalize things for you. Some of these things might help keep your students engaged. Um, and then we also have student uses. In the personal finance classroom, students can use AI in many different creative ways. You can do like interview practice, creating pictures, tax simulations, building a budget. It can help you summarize like complex concepts. Rent versus buy, comparing checking and savings accounts. There's create a podcast. We're going to do that here in a little bit. When we go to the practical uses for AI in different scenarios. So it becomes a tool for learning, exploration, and it can help build practical financial skills. So let's talk about how I'm actually going to be applying artificial intelligence in my personal finance classroom. If you guys can see here, these are some examples of drawings from students. So probably like the first week of my classes, students come into my class and I ask them to use their creative skills and I give them the prompt. What do you think of when you think of personal finance? So this is just a simple activity. It sparks conversation about personal finance, gets students thinking, and it also helps me introduce the concept of artificial intelligence, and it shows how technology can interact with ideas. All right, so you can see a guy with a car. He has some money there. Looks like he's sitting there in class thinking about how much money he's going to make, it looks like. We have a pig. We have someone like having a tap to pay. Looks like someone's thinking about careers. another student's thinking about banks, money, account numbers, direct deposits, spending, saving, coins. Then we also have money bags. We have, looks like someone's thinking about investing, credit cards, piggy banks. You guys get the drift. So what happens is when I first started doing this, I was having students use Copilot to create an image. You can create images in Copilot, Magic School, ChatGPT. This what I'm showing you is called Google Whisk. It's an experiment by Google Labs. It means it's something Google is currently working on. So it lets students like combine a subject, scene, and style to help generate new images. So if you can see here, I had what my students originally drew, and then it created pretty much an artificial intelligence picture of that. So it's just like a playful way for students to work on artificial intelligence pictures. I'm going to go to the Google Lab real quick and show you what it looks like. This one is called Whisk. So you just go to Enter Tool, and you can describe your idea. You don't have to actually put what your students are doing in this. It will also have random things that you can put, like a photo of a meerkat by doing like a dice roll. If you wanted to create a picture, you go over here, and you could either enter a text of what you want, or you can upload an image. So just as an example, I'm going to show you real quick an image, one of the images we just looked at, if I can find it. Car. So we're going to look at that person doing the car, and we're going to let it generate for us. And let's hit this button after it's loaded, and it'll start generating images for us. Any scene that you want, if you want someone eating ice cream. So this is an artificial intelligence picture of the same person wearing headphones, thinking in class, daydreaming about how rich they're going to be. So how much more money they're going to have than I do, which is awesome. You can also create videos with this. We don't have a lot of time to create a video, but I am going to show you a video that I did create. This is basically what the prompt that I used was create a video of someone signing car loan papers, and they don't understand the terms when they're going to buy a new car. So the guy, what you could do with this is at the beginning of your class, you could probably use this like as a hook to get students interested. You could ask them, what do they think they're signing? Or you could ask them the parts of a loan. Any of those things might work for this. This is just an easy way to use artificial intelligence. All right, so the next tool I'm going to show you guys is Microsoft Copilot. Like I said, you can generate images with this. But there's also other things you can do, like use AI agents. So one thing that I had learned that you can use AI agents within Copilot. So you can click Get Agents. And what you can do with this, if you are a personal finance teacher and teaching about different career lessons or need a career coach for guidance, you could create one of these. You could go through and you could have students go through different interview questions or do practice interviews. I clicked the wrong button. So you could click Create Agent, and whatever you're looking for, you could do. All right. So for example, we talked about the career coach just now. It says, how can I improve my performance in my current role to prepare for future opportunities? So I could have like a personal finance student or work-based learning students mess around with this, and they could just have advice created for them by artificial intelligence. That is Copilot. That's what most Microsoft schools have. Everybody knows about ChatGPT. Everybody's using it for prompting. The more detailed you get, the better off you're going to be. I'm not going to sit here and show you how to prompt ChatGPT or anything. One new thing that ChatGPT came out with was study mode. They've recently come out with that, and you can generate flashcards, quizzes, summaries, and you can practice and like reinforce key concepts. So basically, this is just going to get your students engaged. I've used ChatGPT to study for different things that I need. If I need to take like certification test, I'll put make different flashcards in ChatGPT. It's very helpful when it comes to learning. All right, so Notebook LM. I'm not sure if anyone's ever heard of Notebook LM, but it is one of my favorite artificial intelligence tools that we're going to talk about. So Notebook LM is from Google, and you can upload documents, notes, PDFs, web links, and it's just going to summarize things for you. You can also create different audio. They're working on creating videos for Notebook LM, and it's going to help like students you can stay organized, especially if you're a teacher. I found that if you create a notebook, you could potentially create, oh, I'm going to teach my lessons on budgeting. If you find a whole bunch of resources, you could use Notebook LM to organize all of your different ideas. So I'm just going to show you a few different features. Sorry. This is from the Georgia Council on Economic Education article. I'm just going to show you that real quick if it'll load for me. This is going to talk about the different financial institutions there are. What typically would take me an hour in class, I can use Notebook LM to create like a podcast for me. So it could take this article, tell me about the difference between banks and credit unions, and I could say, hey, I want to create a podcast, or I want to create something with this. So I'm going to show you how that works. You can have your own notebook, so you could create new. You could go, and it saves your different notebooks that you have. So yesterday, I put a whole bunch of resources in for a budgeting lesson. You do understanding financial institutions. This is the one we talked about in the presentation. So there are a few different things that you can do with this. You can create a mind map about how we could understand that. And what's going to happen is you go into definitions, and it'll keep going on, and the different types of institutions there are, what it means to be unbanked, what it means to be banked, what actual credit union is. And you can save these and you can download these, so you could share them if you wanted to do that. Another option is you could have a study guide. You could you could generate a study guide. You could put notes in here, frequently asked questions. One thing that I really want to try as an educator is I want to collaborate with some other educators to see how this would work. But technically, you can share these notebooks with other people. So if you have a co-teacher, I have a co-teacher who also teaches personal finance. And if we want to create a notebook of something that we're going to be teaching, maybe we're in a PLC, we could share our information, our sources together, and we can make the budgeting lesson or whatever lesson it is we created, we could make it better, and we could share our ideas within this. So I had to create a study guide, give some key concepts, bank, underbanked populations, trends, and then it'll quiz you at the end. One of my favorite features of Notebook LM is generating a podcast. So it can take this article that you've uploaded or any article that you've uploaded, and it's going to create a podcast for you. And you're going to hear what's going on live. So what typically would have taken me in like an hour is going to be like, I don't know, anywhere from like 10 to 15 minutes, maybe less. We'll see what happens when we generate. While it's loading, another option you can do is if you have the Google Enterprise, or if your school has Google Enterprise, you can also interact with the podcast. So maybe you have a question about something that they're talking about. You can interrupt the podcast and ask them what your question is. Come back in a few minutes, of course. Let's see if I already have one that I've already done. Here we go. Let's play this in interactive mode. All right. Could you hear that? Okay. No.
Wally, you might need to click the more handy dandy thing that we did in the.
Got it.
We do
Hey
have a question
everyone,
that this can
welcome back to the
translate
deep
into other
dive. You know, we
languages.
all deal with money,
I
right?
had asked about that whenever I had asked someone at Google about this, and they are working on they're working on that. So it should be possible because I'm looking forward to that because I have a lot of Spanish speaking students. So I really am hoping that that's going to be a thing very soon.
Okay, very
But
cool. We can hear the
sometimes
audio.
the world of financial
Awesome.
institutions can feel a little, well, confusing.
Yeah, it can be a bit of a maze.
Definitely. So today we're going to try to
Let's see if the other so that's basically they're going to be talking about the podcast, and you can interrupt and ask your question. I'm not going to do that just for the sake of time for right now, but that's one of the coolest features that it has. I'm going to show you real quick the budgeting notebook that I had worked on yesterday. So you could go technically you could go to Banzai and you could find articles in their library. So maybe there's something you want to find in the Banzai library. You could find any of these sources. Maybe you have a certain topic that you want to talk about. Maybe it is budgeting. You click on here, you find the article that you want. We're just going to go borrowing money for youth. You copy the link, which is what I'm going to do right now. And I'm going to go to the budgeting notebook that I created. And I can add this source. So I'll click add. I can upload my source. I can upload a PDF if I want to. I could put audio in here if I wanted to. I put the article that I just found. And then you put it right here. So I found the link, put it in. So now it has borrowing money for youth. You can put YouTube videos in this. You can put spreadsheets in this. There are just so many different things. So I could put like the 50-30-20 rule. I could put the envelope method in here. I could put zero-based budgeting method in here. And I could also have all this stuff turned into a podcast and later probably an explainer video. I think they're working on that as well. But I could see this being something like a great thing for teachers, whether they're within the same building or if they're across the state or the nation to collaborate on. So I really am excited to use that more in my own practice. This is another tool called Google Learn About. It's like an AI powered learning companion. It's going to give you like detailed explanations, visuals. There's going to be things that make you stop and think. Let's go to it real quick and see what it looks like. You have a PDF reading companion. If you have a certain question, you could put it in here. Let's ask it. Let's see. Teach me about, let's say, compound interest. Everybody wants to know about compound interest. So this is going to use Google's Gemini to pull information from Google. And it's going to give you an interactive list. It's going to give you things that you could think about. Stop and think. Compound interest is often called the eighth wonder of the world due to its powerful effect on wealth accumulation over time. Why do you think compound interest is considered so powerful, especially over long periods? So then it'll give you an answer to this. But you could go get lost within this. So there are videos within it. If you really want to learn about something, it's all at your fingertips. I could see this being used in the classroom if students have like a certain question, maybe they're working on some sort of research. But that is a great tool. You can do a lot of things with that. All right. We're going to move on to the next tool. I don't know, we're going to run out of time if I spend forever talking about all of them, huh? Magic School. Most people are familiar with Magic School. Most educators are going to have this within their school district. Basically, you're going to use Magic School to reduce your workload, fight burnout, personalized learning. You have image generator. Um, you have to, they have like chat bots that you can train if you want to do that. Since most people know about Magic School, we're going to go ahead and move on. Brisk Teaching. Brisk Teach is another AI powered tool. You can create lesson plans with it. Syllabus, I've used it for a syllabus in the past. The cool thing about Brisk, let's see if I can get on here, is Brisk can take the standards that you're using. So Tennessee has personal finance standards, believe it or not. And you can create a syllabus with this. If I could find syllabus. I just did this recently. You can do all these things with Brisk. There's the syllabus generator that I wanted to try with you guys. If it'll load. You can like download an extension for Brisk as well. It's taking a minute for some reason. There it goes. All right, I want to create a syllabus. What subject? Oh, there's so many subjects. You can create these in different languages, standards. Well, looky there, Tennessee. You can find your state here. You find out what it's in. It's career technical education. Is under social studies where you're at. And then it's going to take different standards and it might create different lessons for you to use. So it can include the sources where they're getting it from, and then it'll eventually generate that for you. All right. All right. I'm going to go off of that. We're going to go to the next thing. I'm trying to go as quick as I can because I know there's a lot to cover. All right. This is an awesome thing that I love. It's called Career Dreamer. It's also by Google. It's going to help your students explore different career possibilities. It's going to suggest different careers based on like different job market data that's out there. Might help create like resumes or cover letters. Let's go ahead and click on it so I can show you what that's all about. Anyone have a suggestion for a career here? Let's see. Start. Let's start a new session. To start, share a current or previous role. We'll say, it's giving me some suggestions of careers. Maybe you're doing a project about careers in your personal finance class, and someone wants to be a financial advisor, right? So you click next. What organization or industry? Finance. And it's going to generate different insights. So you're going to be in charge of, as like if you were using this as a student, select all the tasks that you're going to be performing. I'm just going to click select all. It's going to give you different suggestions for what this career does. The 3 skills that apply to me. Okay. What applies to me? And click select all just for now. It's going to give you different like skills. You can't really see them on the screen right now. So I have 8 skills. And it's going to tell me different experiences. So I empower clients to achieve financial well-being through comprehensive planning and personalized investment strategies. My expertise lies in analyzing financial situations. You can add any experience or education. I can put that I have a high school diploma. I have an associate's degree. I have a bachelor's degree, master's degree. You can click next. Well, personal finance is my favorite class. Okay. Click next. It's going to just keep on prompting me. Okay, and I'm going to explore my paths. So in the middle, we'll probably say what you put in here to begin with your prompt, and then it's going to give you different related fields to financial advisor. So you can see financial aid counselor. Oh, that's only going to be an associate's degree. That's going to take me 0 to 2 years to complete. And it's going to tell me what a financial aid counselor does. I don't know what an insurance underwriter is. Then I can click on these jobs and I can see, oh, this is what an insurance underwriter does. I can see the average salary. I can see the typical degree. I can even find jobs near me as an insurance underwriter. I just thought this Google experiments was awesome because I had spent time in the past um, on like different career websites, and it's all there for me, and I can get all this stuff done in like a class period if I were to be using um, this Career Dreamer. But it'll tell you different salaries. It'll tell you what the job market's like. There are so many different ways you could utilize that in your own practice. This is called Illuminate. It's also a Google experiment. It's an AI powered tool. It's going to basically what happens is you can put like an academic paper. So I found research paper conducted by University of Tennessee Extension, Family Consumer Science about personal finance courses at the high school level. So you can upload your PDF, search for papers in it. We're going to look at this real quick. Got it. And I can generate this academic article. It's a huge paper. It's I think it was like 60 pages, and it can be condensed into 6 minutes.
This
What
conversation is
basically
powered
the
by Google
summary
Illuminate.
is,
Check out
and
illuminate.google.com for more. Ever wonder what's really
what's
going
within
on
that
in
article.
high school
Play it
personal
for you
finance
briefly.
classes across Tennessee? This discussion dives into a fascinating study that listened to teachers' needs.
It's a real eye-opener. Turns out it's not just about teaching budgets. It's about navigating a whole lot more.
Like what? Give us a sneak peek.
Think poverty.
So if you are like a college student, you don't have a lot of time, but you really want to know what's exactly in the academic research, you can use this, and you can also find different ways to explore things from different research papers. You can post URLs in here. It's another nice resource to use just to save time. All right. This is called Google Sparkify. It's coming. There is a waiting list for this. Basically, all this tool is it's going to create like short videos using like Gemini and VO. It's going to spark curiosity. I'm just going to show you an example of one of the videos that was created with Sparkify. This is just like a tiny home video. But you're going to be able to create these once you have access to it. I put my name on the waiting list, but I haven't been able to do my own yet.
Ever dreamt of a simpler life? A smaller footprint? The tiny house movement beckons. But is it truly for you? First, consider the finances. Tiny homes can mean significantly lower costs, less debt, more freedom. Second, embracing minimalism, less clutter, more clarity, life simplified to its essentials. Third, a lighter touch on the planet. Smaller homes often mean reduced energy consumption and a smaller carbon footprint. But it's not all rosy. Space is a premium. Can you truly live with so much less? Then there are rules, zoning laws, and building codes can be complex. Where can you legally place your tiny haven? Significant lifestyle adjustments are often necessary. Think about daily routines, hosting, and personal space. Mobility or permanence. Tiny houses on wheels offer freedom while foundations provide stability. What suits your...
All right, so that was Sparkify. The reason that I showed that to you is because there are going to be so many different possibilities that we deal with as personal finance educators that students are going to be able to relate to. So if we could create those videos and show them, maybe, like I said before, maybe it's a hook that you want students to learn about. You could create those and just put what you're going to be talking about for the day. So I'm just really excited about the possibilities that Sparkify is going to create for educators. This one's called Flow, also powered by Google. Basically, you can put a prompt in, and it's going to turn it into a video. So, let's see here. You could add a project on here. You can add starter projects. This is a video that I had created. I think I prompted it. Oh, let's go back. Click the wrong button. Let's try this one more time. Sorry. Anyway, I prompted it to say, create a video of someone signing papers in a student loan office. We can create our own project right now if you want to. Create a video of a student making a budget. So you click this. It's going to take a minute for it to generate. You can do text to video. You do frames, different ingredients of video that you want. Of course, it's going to take forever. So let me see if I can see one that I've already made. Well, anyway, we'll move on. Eureka, I don't use this very often. I've only used this once just because I was playing around. Because I think you have to pay for this, but there are there's going to be different options available to create music. Basically what I did, I prompted it to create a personal finance rock song and make it sound like Thunderstruck. So I'll play you what it did for me.
No fun, spending every cent, living like a dunce. Budgeting's a key, gotta plan ahead, save for the future, don't just wait.
Love the song, they killed it. So you can say, hey, create this in the form of Thunderstruck, and then that's what popped up whenever I did that. All right, let's talk about some games. All your students are going to love games, whether some people like Blooket, some people like Kahoot. These are just games that students can play on their own. We got Practical Money Skills. It's just a website where you can play different games. One that's popular with my students is Financial Football, practicalmoneyskills.com. They have different financial soccer, financial football, my boys love. So you could have students play that. We all obviously most people are going to know about the stock market game when it comes to investing. People are going to register the students for this. A lot of times, a local organization around you, if there is a cost, they would pay for it. Then you got your Next Gen Personal Finance Arcade. And there's a lot of different games that you can play on here. There's Stacks, Shady Sam, Money Magic, all those things that students can play on their own. You can see the checklist over here that has some of those games. Some more common technology tools in addition to games. They can be used in the classroom. You can use movies and documentaries, podcasts. You can just find articles, YouTube videos. All those things are ways just to engage your students about money management. They're going to be learning real world financial concepts, which is a great thing because this is a real topic. It's probably the most important topic that the students are going to have. So just let's get them involved. This is Banzai. Yay. So Banzai is a free, if you guys don't know about Banzai, it's a free online financial literacy program. Teaches all ages, not just high school, how to manage money. Um, there's interactive game-based courses. It's basically shows students how they could do things in like in a risk-free environment, basically. They have like budgeting, saving, managing money, planning for your future. So there's an interactive library, which was what I showed you earlier. If you do sign up for Banzai, you can get workbooks through Banzai. Looks like this. It's awesome information in here because we've already started on ours. The students have already asked me what is expected of them with that. Basically, what's going to happen is probably a financial institution around you is going to pay for it. Here in Middle Tennessee, it's sponsored by Ascend Federal Credit Union. Um, the financial institution is going to sponsor field trips, bring guest speakers. I talked to someone today from Ascend Credit Union, and she has volunteered to come to my class and talk to my personal finance students. She didn't offer me to go into their branch, but they have like a leadership operations office, and she had said that we could set something up with that. If you sign up, you're also going to get a teacher guide, which is cool. Everything's going to be related to different standards. I'm going to show you this real quick. IMN is like a practice student right now. This is, oh, I lost it. Oh no. Anyway, let me find, I have it on the screen, sorry. There it is. So there's different life scenarios, advanced budgeting, retirement, stock market showdown. There's all these things that students can do. It's very, very user-friendly. You can take a pre-test, you play the game, you can take a post-test. There's different vocab practice within this. It's awesome for students to use. You can even like reset student accounts if something goes down. Very easy for people to use. So that is Banzai. Y'all want to chime in anything about Banzai while we're in here?
I don't know if y'all is me, but we've got some great comments in the chat about using Banzai. I was going to mention that we have a stock market showdown game that's new that we'll be featuring next month in a recorded video that some people might not know about. That's a good precursor to the stock market game if you're going to do that. And we are always wanting teacher feedback and input on like games you're looking for, course ideas, that sort of thing. We're super responsive to what teachers want, and we are here to help you. Someone wanted to know what ages we accommodate, and right now it's grades 3 through 12. There's middle school, high school. We do have a few elementary games, but in personal finance, digital citizenship, college and careers, and entrepreneurship.
Good deal. I've done messed my screen up, huh? And then I have my Zoom thing in the way. We're going to talk about Troutwood next. Troutwood is another Zoom slideshow. Troutwood's another financial plan. I've got to put this. Of course, I'm going to have an issue. Uh-oh. Hurry up. You still see my screen?
I can't see it, but it's not in slide. Oh, there we go. Yeah, perfect.
Sorry about that. I just unplugged just to make things easier. Troutwood's basically a financial plan for life. The good thing about Troutwood is the students do not have to have an account. You can do this for free. Basically, what's going to happen is I use this in my own classroom as like a final project. Once everybody knows about everything, it doesn't necessarily have to be a final project. A lot of times you can use it as an app, or you can use it in the computer. And you basically give your age, and maybe they don't want to live in Nashville, Tennessee. Maybe they want to live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's going to take real data and put them in place to see how much money that they're going to make. Let me see if it'll let me get started for free. And it's going to see if the students can reach their financial goals. So they'll just go to Troutwood, build a financial plan. And it's going to say, like, be prepared, build your plan. I usually just do like the basic thing. You'll put your age and everything. And it's going to tell you whether you're going to be in the positive or if you're going to have a deficit. There's just so many different ways that you could use Troutwood in your own classroom. I just wanted to expose you to that. That way you guys can check it out on your own. EverFi, a lot of people know about EverFi. There's different modules that students can do. There are lessons within it. They're gamified. They offer, like I know last year they had offered a virtual guest speaker. There's different things you can do in terms of financial literacy, career readiness with EverFi. Econ EdLink is a website that has different resources that you can use. Personal finance. I know that a sports gambling one looked interesting. You can do different professional development through here. They have different programs like the National Personal Finance Challenge. I just want to show you that. Intuit for Education is another tech tool that you can use in your personal finance classes. I know nationally they do offer like a Intuit Personal Finance Challenge at some point throughout the year. I'm not sure when that is, but you could look that up on your own. They have courses that you could go to. There's modules that students can complete.
And just
units,
a quick plug, Banzai recently partnered with Intuit for Education. So there's some Banzai modules on there as well. And then we have a few other QuickBooks simulation available in Banzai.
Yeah, I saw a couple of those earlier. That was awesome. I'm looking forward to that. So you can create your classes in here. There's an educator community. Let's see how we're doing on time. Not so well, but I'm just wanted to show you this. You can find out more by going to Intuit, and Banzai also has that information she just told you about. And there's Next Gen Personal Finance. A lot of personal finance teachers know about this. They have professional development for teachers, different curriculum. They have financial algebra. Their mission is to get every student in the United States to have a standard personal finance class by year 2030. There are different certification courses you can take. We'll just go there real quick. We've been there for the arcade games once. Looks like they have a new documentary coming out. The arcade's up here. If you want to do stuff with your math, you go there. You can put this into like a semester course, full year, whether you teach middle school. Maybe you will want to teach units. You have a question of the day. Everything is there for you. You have to sign up with a teacher account, obviously. They might ask you to provide your teacher ID. The thing I like about NGPF is the on-demand modules, because professional development, I never know when I can get somewhere with children. So I click on those and I can learn more about things. And they have all these different things. Virtual conferences. You just have to check out the website. And this one thing is their financial education report, which is one of the things I like about it. You can see how each state is doing and what they're doing. And you can see where personal finance is being fully implemented and places they may still be working on, or they're not. This doesn't look, Texas is a new one, so they probably still need to update this. But anyway, that's an annual report. It's probably going to happen relatively soon. All right, that is pretty much it. I just want to be respectful of your time and give some time for questions if you had any for me. Now, I know I rushed through some things, and I apologize. I was trying to get through as much as I could in an hour, and there's so much here for you that you could go on your own and practice with.
No, this has been so great, Wally. We had a few questions that we asked kind of in real time. We have a few more. People are just loving the information. I have a question that is a reflection of one that was asked. Where do you find out about these new tools? Because you had so many really cool things that you mentioned that I've never heard of.
I I try to stay up to date and like different professional development. I'm a member of the Tennessee Educational Technology Association. A lot of states are going to have things like that uh, within your state. Within your state, you probably have something comparable to that. Also, attend conferences like ISTE, which is like a national technology conference. And then I look at ways of how I could fit what they're talking about into my own practice, because not all it doesn't always work out that they're going to be talking about personal finance, but I'm thinking about how I could use it in my own classroom.
Okay, I love that. And also, you could use AI for that, right? You could
Yep.
say, hey, how do I use this new tool in my personal finance classroom? And the more specific you get when you mention your grades and your topics and different things like that. So that's fantastic. Someone's asking for a copy of the slides. I'm not sure, Wally, if you want to do that, but we could definitely send out
Yeah, we could probably do that, and I
a
could
list of
probably
some of
try
the
to.
tools.
Yeah, I could probably do that, and then I'll Dr. Luckeydoo on Facebook, I think, is on there too, so I could try to put it on there if you can't get it out. So
Yeah, be sure to follow Dr. Luckeydoo on Facebook, also on LinkedIn. You're very active. Do you have any other social media you want to
X, I'm on X too, so
X to? Okay, awesome.
aka Twitter for the us old folk.
Yeah, it took me a minute. I was like, X. Oh, yeah. Okay. I know what that is. Um, I wanted to mention a few quick things. You mentioned requesting free printed workbooks. If you have a local sponsor, you can request free printed workbooks shipped to your classroom. And we just came out with a brand new college and careers workbook. You can request those in your Banzai teacher account. And if you don't have a local sponsor, let us know and we can reach out and try to find you one, or you can download the PDFs as well in your teacher toolkit. Reminder that you get free professional development credit for this. You'll get a email survey in your email inbox in the next day or so. Go ahead and click that, answer a few questions, and you'll receive a PD certificate. I wanted to let you know, save the date. We had, you mentioned Econ EdLink, and we actually have Ruth Cookson, who's the Senior Management Manager for Educational Content at the Council for Economic Education, is basically in charge of Econ EdLink. She is coming on our webinar in September. So Wednesday, September 24th at 3 p.m., helping students to make better decisions in personal finance and in life. And I know that one of the things she's going to be talking about is the paced decision-making model, which is just a really cool tool as well. So save the date for that and look in your email for a registration sign up. Thanks so much to everyone who joined. We really appreciate you and your time and your ideas, and you have a great school year. Thanks.